Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, TV some more Call of Duty World War II. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I have been waiting all day to be able to make this video for you guys because Sledgehammer Games decided to push through a major update and then wait over 8 hours to give us the official patch notes and let us know exactly what the update contained. We now have those patch notes. I'll put a link to those down there in the description. And here in this video, we're going to be covering all the changes that Sledgehammer Games made to the Call of Duty World War II multiplayer. Let's start things off here with the biggest news of today. We now have two brand new secondaries, both of which can be purchased at the Quartermaster. We have the Revolver, which is going to cost you a hefty 23,695 credits to obtain, and we have the Enfield number 2, which is going to run you 22,965 credits. These are very expensive for secondary weapons. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough credits actually saved up to get both of them immediately. I got the Enfield number 2 right away, and I need like 6,000 more credits to get the Revolver, but it looks like I actually made the right decision. It's still early, but reports are coming in claiming that the Revolver is completely terrible, and it seems like if you can't afford both of them, go with the Enfield number 2 because it appears to be the better of the two new revolvers. My first impressions of the Enfield, having used it quite a bit, is it's exactly what you would expect out of a revolver secondary. I enjoy using it, but I wish the sound was a little bit better because every time I use it, I can't help but feel like I'm shooting a plastic dollar store cap gun. Now, to be fair, the plasticky sound that we find here in Call of Duty World War II is actually pretty realistic. The Enfield number 2 in real life isn't a very loud weapon, but it's definitely off-putting at first and will take some getting used to. If you can get over the sound, you are going to find that the Enfield number 2 is a solid secondary, and it fills the void that Sledgehammer Games created when they released this game without the revolver. Typically, when new weapons come out, Major Howard will have a special order to complete 50 multiplayer matches in exchange for a new weapon, but today he has a different order that challenges you to complete 80 multiplayer matches in exchange for a supply drop that guarantees you an epic item and another supply drop that guarantees you an epic resistance uniform. That's all well and good, but I think it's safe to assume that the majority of fans out there would have preferred an order to get one of the new revolvers, which is why I've said time and time again that Sledgehammer Games needs to update their special order system. As they continue to add new weapons to the game, the chances of you getting the order that you want become smaller and smaller, and if you miss the day that the order you want comes out, you sometimes have to wait weeks for that same order to reappear. I love that they are giving fans the option to get new weapons with their playtime, but the orders system is in dire need of some retuning, and hopefully Sledgehammer will make some changes in the very near future. Speaking of making changes, they decided to update the Resistance Division based on community feedback, so we can now toggle on and off our Scrambler and Indicator abilities, though it wouldn't be Call of Duty World War II if a new feature wasn't bugged as soon as it came out. So this new feature is awesome. I love it. It adds a lot more variety and flavor and thought into the playstyle, but occasionally the toggle option for the Resistance Division simply disappears, and no matter how many times you press the button, it won't come back until much later on in the match. I'm hoping that Sledgehammer is aware of this bug and has a hotfix incoming because this is definitely a pretty big issue, and I love this change to Resistance. It's a really good idea. I just wish it worked all the time, so hopefully they get that smoothed out here in the coming days. Next up, we have an update regarding the Paratroopers Scorestreaks. There's been a lot of complaints coming in from fans because Paratroopers would occasionally spawn in with shovels and throwing knives and pretty much just die immediately, right? Because they have shovels. Today, Sledgehammer changed that, and from now on, Paratroopers will no longer use shovels or throwing knives, which I assume means it's going to get, on average, more kills. I will say that I have died many a time to the Paratrooper auto-aim throwing knives of death, but I assume that all of them having guns is a little bit better than having throwing knives, so I imagine it's going to make them a bit more consistent, and overall, I'm just very happy to see some changes finally happening to the score streaks here in Call of Duty World War II. Aside from that, they also decided to fix the black scope bug, which has been plaguing players for ages. For those that don't know, if you used the 4x scope, occasionally it would just go black and you wouldn't be able to see anything and it would basically become useless. Today they fixed that, which is pretty good, though unfortunately that's pretty much all for today's update. I would have thought that today's patch would have been like a mile long, considering they waited over 8 hours to give us the patch notes, but pretty much every major change I've already covered here in this video. We have no idea when paint jobs are going to be coming. They did say say, during this event, so eventually they have to be coming, right? They've talked in the past about changing these Scorestreaks, and today they changed up Paratroopers, but specifically they've talked about lowering the cost and increasing the power of a few of them. I'm hoping that happens in the near future. And they've also talked about changing around the balance of certain weapons, so we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. We do still have 13 days left in this event, so hopefully Sledgehammer Games has a few more surprises up their sleeve, but of course, time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, that's all I have for you guys here in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.